March the 8th, 2023. Guys, a couple of days ago we did a video about the situation over in California with the folks that were trapped in the snowed-in mountains up there. Pretty rough stories coming out of the area. Tina was telling me about one today, and a lady that had a veterinary clinic there, they wouldn't let her back up there to the clinic, and so some friends of hers and other people somehow got together and got her up there, and the animals, a lot of them were in trouble. Some will have to be euthanized, but a lot, she remained behind. They had to go back, but she stayed there in the vet to try to save what she could. Pretty terrible situation while your governor's in Mexico on the beach. Now, I think probably Aunt Nancy went down there and found him and Hunter in a crack house doing fentanyl, and grabbed him by the ear and told him to get back before he loses the next election. So I think he's back. What he's doing, I have no clue. But what we're going to talk about right now is something all of you guys need to pay very close attention to. And I know most of you in the lower elevations that have electricity know this, and I just hope that the folks that were in the upper elevations with all the snow, a lot of them lost power. But we got a major storm coming in. It's called the Pineapple Express, or an atmospheric river is known. It's taking aim at California. It says as this moisture-packed storm moves inland over the Golden State, it will carry warm air into higher elevations, which could lead to rapid snow melt and create a dangerous flooding situation. Guys, you already have a tremendous amount of snow, in some places 10 feet. We were looking at that today. So you're going to have warmer air melting that, then this river of moisture called the Pineapple Express coming in on you. This came out at 3:40 p.m. this afternoon Central Time. And take a look at this chart. It says a high-impact storm packed with moisture will drag warmer air behind it as it slams California late this week. We're already into Wednesday. AccuWeather meteorologists warn that damaging and life-threatening flooding and mudslides could occur in the Golden State. The heavy rain will threaten to wash away the snowpack on intermediate slopes rapidly and spread more snow over the higher elevations. In addition to helping wipe away persistent drought conditions, this storm will follow a couple of recent colder storms that unloaded several more feet of snow over the Sierra Nevada from last Saturday through early Wednesday. Again, that's what I was saying. You've got snowmelt coming, but because it's late in the season, record snowfall, somehow, whether it was manipulated or just cycles of the planet changing, who knows. But suddenly record snowfall, and now record warmth. If it was just record warmth, it would be bad enough. But if you're dealing with this river of moisture, or atmospheric river, then it's going to make it that much worse. Again, you're talking about probably from what, all the Lake Shasta, all through there, the big dams through the areas, it looks like all through the Central Valley of California. Filling those reservoirs, in the snowpack from some of those mountains will go over into Nevada and Lake Mead and Lake Powell possibly. So that's a good thing. But right now you're going to have to deal with roads being washed away, possible avalanches, especially for you guys that, if you think about it, have been in some of the forest fire areas, and you know you don't have the root system that you used to have and the brush cover from the rain. Think about what's behind you and what's uphill, okay? And if you decide to stay, then make sure that you may have a way out. But right now, I don't know how many people have power. So all of you guys listening to this, if you've got friends or relatives there that you cannot contact, they may not have the power to charge their phones. So you need to figure out a way to get with the closest sheriff and police departments and any type of survival groups, fire departments or whatever, and check on those friends. It says, while a warmer storm compared to the recent onslaught from Old Man Winter may seem comforting some people, the problems the storm will cause may be far worse. As the storm rolls in from the Pacific and moves inland, it will tap into much warmer air from the south and pull a plume of tropical moisture across a large part of California. This plume of moisture is called an atmospheric river and will likely lead to torrential listen guys, in the mountains, especially in the burnouts, it will lead to torrential rainfall in some areas and very heavy snow over the highest elevations of the Sierra Nevada and the Siskiyous. I hope that's right. So that's not that bad of a thing, that higher elevation snow, because that will eventually, maybe after this flood subsides, get back down into your reservoirs, but all along this area. It says on Friday, this atmospheric river will extend for more than 2,400 miles from California to the southwest of Hawaii. This type of potent storm is often referred to as the Pineapple Express, again by meteorologists. So think about this, 2,400 miles coming at you. That's about as wide as the U.S. is there. I know when I drive to from here in central Mississippi over into Phoenix, and I've been to Huntington Beach too, but going over there, it's like 1,700 miles each way. So easily you've got the length of the U.S., a storm coming at you horizontally. Make plans for this. This is, the storm and the snow and all was very unusual. Our magnetic lines of force are changing on this planet. Not the physical poles, but the magnetic poles are drifting very quickly. That's going to change a lot of things, and who knows, with the technology that we have today, how this can be possibly manipulated to add to or detract from. The Pineapple Express has been here forever. These systems have been here forever. But if you magnify an amplitude, what one could do in order to, retaliate against your enemies or whatever. But I think it's more Mother Nature. Why would China go against the people they own in California, the leaders in the politics, Swalwell and that group? Think about that. And so, it may be more natural than we think, because God is sick of what's going on in the big cities in California. And I mentioned this in the video about the heavy snowfall and the people trapped, was that the new California concept, which is also going on, excuse me guys, up in Idaho in that area, trying to get out of some of this liberal big cities, then that maybe this, in other words, this could be a retaliation from you doing that, or it could be God giving you a sign that you need to do it, because when he takes out Babylon, I don't think the coastal cities will fare very well. A couple of reasons: it's San Andreas' fault, and the wrath that's coming because they are against God, and they are committing blasphemies, which will be in chapter 13. We're going to talk about that. But again, heads up, guys, we're watching this. If you can get out of there, take a vacation over into Las Vegas or down into Sedona or somewhere like that. Beautiful places. I'm sure you all know of them. Do it. Let the snow melt. Be prepared to move. Kind of in between the transition of major flooding and just enough snow to get you out of there without sinking up to your axles and getting your bridges washed away. You need to consider this very heavily. And again, I want to say this. The closest relatives I have to there are my kids and grandkids that we go over and visit almost every year in Phoenix and up in the Sedona area, but I don't have any there. I have thousands of friends that I've met through YouTube there. But I don't know your elevation. I don't ask you your cities and all. You don't really say it. We just comment together, and I feel like you're part of my family. But think about what we're talking about. And again, everybody that has power has this information available to them at their fingertips. There's a lot that don't, so think about those. We're watching it. You watch this, guys. It's a heads up. Be safe.